All right, we good? Okay. I didn't even realize I was on the wrong Instagram. I've only had two sips of wine. That's it.
And look,
It's
it's
all
good to
right.
see you, Andy.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect.
Mm.
So I want to welcome Bree, you guys. Actually, I've known Bree for a couple years, and the crazy thing about it is we actually met inside of a nightclub.
On my birthday. And I wasn't even living in Vegas.
Literally on her birthday, and she wasn't even living in Vegas. She literally hit me up. I think it was like a couple days later.
I think so. Are you talking about like when I told you I was moving?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she literally hit me up a couple days later. She was like, "How's the modeling scene in Vegas?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." And she's like, "I want to move there." And usually when people say something, you just take it with the thread. You know, these things don't happen. And she actually moved here. And ever since she's moved here, she's been destroying it. So, Bree, first, before we start, what kind of wine are you drinking?
I am drinking Crane Lake. It's a Merlot from California. 2013. So
Okay, Kelly always got the good wine. I'm
I'm a
over
red
here
wine
drinking
drinker. I'm sorry, what was that?
Prophecy.
Nice, nice.
Pretty
That's
good if you
good
guys
too.
don't want an expensive wine. No, not expensive at all. So, Bree, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am originally from Wisconsin. I was born in, sorry, there's like a bug flying around here. Um, so I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I've been in Vegas for 2 years, a little over 2 years now. I moved out here to pursue my modeling career, and it's been amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm 23 years old. I know I look like I'm a baby, so I get that all the time. But yeah, it was just
Welcome.
like,
Welcome.
thank you, thank you. It was just easier. I feel like there was more opportunities for me out here in Vegas, so I took that jump. And then I was thinking about moving to LA originally, but it was too expensive, so I
Yeah,
decided
I did it.
Vegas. Yeah.
As you can see, I'm back. So, Bree, throughout this whole pandemic, this crazy pandemic that's going on, how are you actually keeping your sanity throughout this whole thing, especially as a model when your sole career is based off of booking gigs and things like that?
Online shopping. No, but on a serious note, I've been just like on Pinterest and just like on Instagram and stuff, just looking through things that like motivate me and just different looks and just things that inspire me more so, I guess. And I actually just got booked for a commercial, so that's like helped me keep my like positive energy too. Because not that I was like sad that nothing was really going on, because I actually really needed this break. I've been go, go, go for so long. I've never actually really had the chance to just sit down and relax. And so this has actually been a blessing in disguise. So, yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, tell me, wow, this commercial that you're booking, is it a big one? Like, are you excited about it?
Well, it's a Facebook commercial. So, I mean, I guess it's
Okay.
big. So yes, I'm very excited. It is um it's kind of like a virtual commercial, I guess if you can say, because
Right.
Facebook is starting something similar to Zoom. So you can do like meetings and stuff on Facebook, and we're kind of showing that. And they actually like sent me all the recording equipment and stuff. So I'm the actress, I'm the cameraman, all of it. So they're just doing the editing. So it's pretty cool. It's a different experience. I'm really excited. We've had a couple meetings to set up everything and try to figure out how we're gonna do this. So yeah, I'm excited.
See, hey, it's good to learn different aspects and different areas, so that way when it's all put together, you can actually do it on your own.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So tell us, Bree. So as a full-time model now, because I believe that's what you transitioned to,
Yeah.
How do you find gigs, especially like even still having an agency? How do you find gigs on your own?
I actually find more gigs on my own than I do with my agencies. I think I've only ever gotten like a total of like 4 gigs through all the agencies I'm signed with. So, I enjoy being a freelance model more so than being signed with somebody because of the fact that I don't have to like share my money with them and all that. But I mean, it's the truth, right? That's why we do what we do. But I follow a lot of Facebook groups and they post a lot of gigs. Um, I network a lot. That is probably my biggest thing is just knowing people in this industry. You really have to know people and it helps because if they know that you're a good, reliable person, they're gonna hit you up and be like, "Hey, I have this gig." So it's just building those connections.
Exactly. We do have a question coming in. Did you book that off of a self-tape submission, the Facebook gig?
I did, yes. So I did a self-tape audition, and then they had a call back. So they did like a mock scene, and then I got an email like it was a day after, and they were like, "We'd love to book you." So yeah, but that was through somebody I knew that I've worked with before. It wasn't through an agency or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Another question: are your agencies okay with you working outside of the contract? Like, is your contract exclusive?
No, I will not sign with an exclusive agency because of the fact that I get more work freelancing. So it's just in my for my benefit, it wouldn't really benefit me having an exclusive contract. I mean, it might in some cases, but I don't know. I just enjoy not having signing my life away either. So
Fair. So we understand that you're vegan.
yes.
So how does this vegan lifestyle help out through this pandemic? Is it expensive to be vegan, especially going through this without the constant bookings?
It's not, a lot of people think it's expensive, like to be vegan. I mean, it can be because I eat I'm vegan and I'm organic, so like I'm the person in the store like reading all the ingredients. Like if it has like artificial flavors and stuff, I'm like, nope, can't do that. Even if it is vegan, because there's chemicals in a lot of stuff, especially like the meats, like the vegan meats and stuff, they put a lot of like flavors in there and that's not good for you either. But I just eat a lot of vegetables, so that helps a lot. I haven't really been spending a lot of money because there's a restaurant that has been sending me gift cards every week, so I go and eat there like all the time. Yeah, so I've been cutting back on my grocery shopping, so it's been saving me money. But yeah, vegan definitely has helped me in my career. I have a lot more energy. I know because I used to only really eat chicken and turkey when I wasn't vegan. And um I always felt like weighed down. So now like that I am full vegan, just a lot of energy. My face is cleared. I had a bunch of chocolate yesterday, so I'm breaking out a little bit, but that's all right.
We have another question coming in. What's your favorite shoot you've done so far?
Oh my gosh. My brain is just like um I don't know. I mean, the first one that comes to my mind, like I did a photo shoot with a lady named Shannon. She's from Missouri, and she actually flew out here to shoot with me. And we went to Valley of Fire, and
Oh,
I wore a red dress, like a red flowy dress, and I was in heels, and I was literally climbing these rocks. Like I was up on top of the rocks, like in these heels, and it was probably really dangerous, but the pictures turned out phenomenal. We ended up getting published multiple times, and yeah, so it's exciting. I love it.
that's literally my favorite picture of you. Like hands
Oh,
down.
thank
Like
you. Thank you.
you got this girl on fire type look,
This
flames in the
girl
background.
is on fire.
So let me ask you. So throughout this whole pandemic, because even though we're isolated, Have you picked up any new hobbies that you could add to your skill sets, especially since we can't do anything?
Add to like my modeling skill sets or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, I did start my own vegan food page with like recipes and stuff. I mean, I was cooking before, but like now it like motivates me even more to cook. So, and like trying different recipes. Um, Other than that, I've just been like cleaning and organizing and reading, and that's that's about it. Yeah. But yeah,
It's
just
just
doing a
crazy.
lot of cooking. Yeah.
I feel you. I understand. You guys, you can bring in questions. If you guys do have any questions, you can definitely ask. Oh, hey, Ruth, how's it going?
It
What's the
is
vegan page?
the vegan page is Eat with Brie, and the Brie has two eyes. Hey mom.
So somebody asked, is there a vegan wine?
Okay, that I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I mean, I'm assuming all wine is vegan, but I don't quote
Me
me on
too.
that because I mean it's made out of grapes. So like I would think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
So does vegan mean, so do you have to eat a lot when you're vegan? Especially
No,
as a model when you're doing your gigs and active.
no. Like you're talking about like to get full, like when
Uh-huh.
no, not really actually. Like I mean, I eat a lot of pasta, so that's carbs and stuff, but a lot of the pasta I eat too is with like quinoa or like black beans and stuff. So I try to stay away from like the wheat. And I also get like these vegan, they're not burgers because it's like they're just like patties and they're made out of like quinoa and corn and black beans. So all the proteins in it. I mean,
Right.
you feel it. I get filled up off of like two of them. And then, or like, I normally get seconds, but that's about it. So I feel like I eat less being vegan than
Right.
I did when I wasn't.
Right. So we have some people that's actually interested in your hair care, your hair product.
Oh my
They want
gosh.
to know what do you put in your hair as a daily routine. It's all
So
natural.
I'm actually still learning my hair because I used to have it down when I was living in Wisconsin, but it was super humid and my hair like just soaked up the humidity. But now I live in Vegas and it's super dry, so my hair just is always dry and it feels like it's more brittle than it used to be. But I use Shea Moisture, but I've noticed it's been like not keeping moisture in my hair, ironically, because it's called Shea Moisture. But I've been trying this product called is it argan oil, something like that. And I've been
Yes.
using like the leave-in conditioner. So that's really nice. I like it. It doesn't make my hair like crunchy or anything like that. And it smells really good. So yeah. And then sometimes I diffuse my hair if I want like after like I wash it and stuff if I want really nice curls. Um so yeah, I mean, I'm still learning.
So,
Definitely.
like,
Yeah.
so the crazy thing is when I moved out here, and you know how like certain things work for you, like in the like in the East Coast, right? Like cocoa butter and things like that, that generally helps when it's humid outside.
Mhm.
Man, when I moved to Vegas, I was still ashy, still white. Like I'm like, this is not working. And you just
Yep.
sweat it off. I was go to like coconut oil, hemp, CBD, like these things. Just you
All
just
of it.
never figure it
Like
out.
I'll put moisturizer on and then like it's just I'll go outside and just dry. I'm like, what? So I keep lotion with me all the time. Always.
Oh man. So, um, wait, we have another question. Oh, what's your favorite vegan chocolate?
Vegan chocolate. Actually, I just what's it called? I don't know the name of it, but I just found it at Whole Foods and it's made out of like oat milk and it's like a peanut butter cup. I ate like a whole bag last night and that was like not good because I'm trying to stay away from sugar. So, but I have to find the name. I threw the bag away, but it's at Whole Foods and they're like the peanut butter cups. So, they're really good.
You going to Hope? What is it, like $60 chocolate?
Yeah. Whole check. No, but it's really good though. I like it. And I get, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get 10% off. I know that's not a lot, but something's better
Oh,
than
you
nothing.
just
But
got all.
I mostly shop at Trader Joe's or Sprouts and Costco.
See,
Yeah.
well, let me use that Costco card one day because I can definitely fulfill this refrigerator.
They got a lot of stuff too, and it's all comes in big packs.
So let me ask you a question. So,
Said,
what was your
look in
most
the trash. Haha, got to know. Now you're making me tempted, but I don't want.
moment of break, you guys? About to take a commission break.
Yeah, I'm on my. I can maybe check on my computer. You can ask a question though, real quick. I know you were asking a question
Oh
before.
yeah. So, what was your most proud booking that you booked and you felt so amazing about it and you felt so accomplished and you felt like, yes, I'm actually doing what I came here to do? What was that booking that you have done?
It's been a few, I think. So my biggest one, I think, would be Nevada healthcare commercial.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
heavy work.
like film like it was showing from like September to like December, and it was for like the enrollment period. So that was really cool. I kept seeing my face everywhere, and then people sending me pictures like, "Hey, I just saw you on TV." So like that was a cool experience. And like I was like the opening and the ending scene, so that made me like really happy. Um, my very first acting gig here that I did, it was just a some background work that I did, but Steve Carell was there, and I was standing in line
Mhm.
to like wait to get placed, and he's literally sitting right in front of me, and I'm like looking like, wait a minute, like nobody told me. So that kind of that moment kind of like pushed me to stay in acting because I really mostly like moved out here to model, but
Right.
that really pushed me to stay with acting. And I love it. I honestly like acting more than I do modeling. I think I'm not so much bored of modeling because I do enjoy modeling. It's just you can only do so much and you can only express yourself so much through pictures, you
Right.
know?
And
So,
I know, especially for me, when I did move to LA, and I remember you was asking me all types of questions. Should I move? Should I move? Like, I went out there solely for modeling, but yet I was doing more acting, and I have never done acting before in my life. So
hmm
it was kind of like a fun thing because it's like a creative thing, it's a challenging thing, and you kind of never get bored from it,
No.
even if it's like a different gig, because you still have to like enhance yourself within the camera. You got to make sure like people love you while being focused on the camera. I guess that was the best thing about acting, and I kind of fell in love with it. It was actually amazing.
It is. I absolutely love it. I just think it's crazy though, like the fact that I like met you at the club and I was like, we just like linked up. And I'm like, I told you, I'm like, hey, I'm moving to Vegas for modeling. And then all of a sudden now here we are. We're working together. We're doing gigs together. Like that's so cool. Like I love it.
Literally. Do you have any acting classes you recommend in the Las Vegas area
Pause
that you
real quick.
usually use?
I found the vegan chocolate
Oh, Justin. Did I say $49 or is that 4.5 stars?
for 4.99.
Oh,
But there's only like six in there or something like that. It's not a lot. It's like $1 per little tiny peanut butter.
so is it small enough I can sneak in the movie theaters?
Did you get it? All right. Did you get the chocolate? Yes, you can. You
Yes.
can definitely sneak in there. Hey Jonathan. Jonathan actually just got on here and he's helped me a lot through my modeling career when I was living in Wisconsin. So yeah,
Wow.
shout out to Jonathan. He has a magazine called Yvonne Model, or not Yvonne Models, Yvonne Magazine. So I've been published in a few of his magazines. So yeah. Um,
Shout out to John.
what was the question you asked me before I interrupted you? I'm sorry.
About, I totally forgot. It's this
Oh
wine.
no.
I think it's good.
I apologize.
No, I think somebody had asked the question. Oh, somebody said, "Oh, yeah, that's crazy how y'all both met in the club and how y'all both was doing modeling gigs together." Look, literally, honestly, like, cause I'm a promoter out here in Las Vegas area, so I did promote for the nightclubs, and literally, like, my time clubbing, let's just say at my time clubbing, like I found her on the dance floor and I was like, hey, and then we literally sat there and talked the whole time we was in the club.
Mhm.
Something I don't even do. We literally sat there and talked. And then we ended up getting the table, literally sat there and talked at the table the whole time of the club. And
Yep.
she's like, I'm literally moving here. So for her to actually come here shows how brave and courageous she is just to pursue something that was bigger from her hometown to another city. So that just shows like how motivated, how hungry she was. And now, since the fact she came here and got a job and eventually moved to a full-time model, like I couldn't be more proud of her, especially in this moment. That just shows
Thank
so
you.
much creative and boss moves right there. So if you guys do have any questions in regarding that, definitely ask her up. Somebody's asked, oh, that was a question. Acting classes you recommend in Vegas?
So I've actually never taken an acting class. I've worked with an acting coach, but
Yeah.
that's like my only extent. I have looked at acting classes. Can't remember his name. He actually just moved out here. He's been in like a bunch of TV shows and movies, and he's starting an acting class. I have to look at his name, but I just got a link for that. So I was looking at that, but we'll see. I mean, yeah. I've actually never had time to take acting classes because I'm either at a photo shoot or on set somewhere, so it's
Right.
just never really fit in my schedule.
Right. So what's the best thing about being on set? For those who are inspiring models out there, what's the best thing about being on set, Bree?
Um, I personally like being around all these amazing people who are on like the same path as me and like all the same energy, and it's just motivation for me too. It's just amazing like being around like-minded people.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. I agree. I do like the food though. Just saying.
Oh yeah, and I mean some crafty is not good.
Right.
I've been on set
You're
and I'm
right.
like, I'll starve, thank you.
Right.
But
There's some things you like.
yeah.
Someone asked, were you scared when you moved to Vegas to follow your dreams?
Yes. I was absolutely terrified. I moved out here by myself. So, yeah, I was really scared and but at the same time I knew if things didn't work out, I could always go back to Wisconsin. But I wanted to at least try it because fear is what's stopping us from accomplishing what we have set out to do. So
Right.
I had to at least, try it. And if it didn't work out, then all right. But it worked
Right.
out.
No,
So
it definitely worked out.
yeah.
Have you got to travel for shoot international before the pandemic lockdown?
Not internationally. I have submitted for some stuff through agencies, but I've never gotten actually booked for it. I've like auditioned and stuff for international, but no.
Oh, it's coming.
It
It's
is.
coming.
Just not yet. Yeah, not yet, but it's
Yeah,
coming.
it's not here yet. It's coming.
I mean,
Someone asked,
the magazine that I got published in that I was talking about earlier, what is an international magazine, but I wasn't physically like, you know. It's called Creators
fingers
Mag.
crossed.
Yes.
Someone asked, how did you deal with being scared?
Um, that's a really good question. I just did it. I mean, I'm not I want to say I was always like scared, but it
Mm-hmm.
was always in the back of my head like what if this doesn't work? Kind of like I always had people telling me like my family and friends and stuff like
Right.
you're going to be back here in a few months. It's not going to work out. What are you doing? Why are you moving to Vegas? Like this is Sin City. Like just all this negative talk. So for me that negative talk was like, "Oh, you want to talk negative? Let me show you." So it was kind of just like that negativity and that doubt and that fear was kind of my
Right.
motivation to
Right.
prove to them and myself, like, I got this, I can do this.
Right. And just to piggyback off of what you said, because I probably moved to all the big cities except Chicago by myself. So sometimes in life, your motivation outweighs your fears to a certain point where you want to leave to become something better for yourself.
Hmm.
And that's what helped me to at least get to another city or go figure it out. And I always say you learn more as soon as you leave the nest. You learn more about yourself. You learn how to survive. You know how to cook. You know how to clean. You know how to chase a dream. Like, you know how to network. You know how to motivate. Even if you don't right now, it's not until you leave that's when you actually get the feeling and the urge like, okay, I don't want to be lonely. I'm about to go make some friends. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
it's like things like that that just to piggyback off of your
No,
response.
definitely. But I have a question for you with that. So did you feel once you first moved,
Mhm.
was it easier? Was it just easier after, like each move after that? Was it easier for you? Like you weren't as scared?
Correct. So, my first move to a big city was New York.
Oh
I
wow.
remember I joined the finance. I remember I joined the finance club in college, and the only reason I joined was to go to New York. And then we flew, and that was my first time flying on a plane. It was through a snowstorm, East Coast problems, right? And I
Hmm.
get to New York, and as soon as I land in the city, I said, I have to be here. It's something about this city. I have to be here, and I need to live here.
Yep, you were drawn
So
to it.
my journey went exactly. I was drawn to it. So like the journey went from I moved to Florida, and then I got accepted to grad school for fashion in New York. And then once I was there, it was like the city just engulfs you. And
Hmm.
it's one of those things like if you can survive in New York, you can pretty much survive anywhere. So from New York, I moved to Miami. I went to LA. I went to Vegas. It kind of got easier because you kind of know what to do. Like the routine, it's different people, but you kind of like adapt quickly because you've done it before. So it makes it a little bit more easier.
Definitely. Like I visited Vegas. So I moved out here April 2018. So I visited
Mm-hmm.
Vegas October 2017, December 2017, and then January 2018, and then I moved out here. So like
Right.
I knew even the very first time, like in October, I knew that this was a place where I needed to be. I just like felt it. Like you said, like
Right.
engulfed. Like you're mine.
Golf.
You're staying here.
That's just a golf you. All right,
Yep.
so we're going to take two more questions from the audience and then have one last one.
Okay.
Someone asked, what's your favorite workout?
Somebody asked me that was my favorite workout
What's your favorite workout to do?
when I sit up from bed. That one sit up. No, but I really don't work out that much, but I'd have to say yoga. I do like yoga when I do it, but I
Yoga
don't do it
good.
often. I used to do it a lot more, but I don't do it as often anymore.
That is that good feeling. You get that good stretch. That's all the yoga I do. That stretch in the morning.
Exactly. It's all in one. Like, it's all you need. And then when you like go back
You get
down to
that.
sleep,
All right, I can take one more question from the audience. Whoever has one more question. Let's see who's popping in. Let's see who's joining in. But before that question comes, let me ask you a question. If you can take one encouragement that you've learned throughout life that you want to share to somebody else, what would you say to other people that are watching or viewing this?
I would have to say don't give up. I know that's kind of cliche, but like I've the times that I've felt like I was gonna give up, something like was right after I was like, oh, I'm gonna give up. I just don't want to do this anymore. Something literally right after was like, okay, no, this you can't give up. Here, this is what you've been working for. So yeah, just don't give up because it's right over the hill. Like it is coming your way. It's yours. Just gotta claim it.
Exactly. I like that. I like that. All right, we got these last two questions, Bree, because I know you're busy. I know you got some submissions you got to do. The one says, I can help you out with this actually. Do you have some tips about networking?
Um, So I do actually. I actually have a YouTube video on that too. So if you want to follow my YouTube, but
Uh,
you have to, for networking, it is very important to have business cards, have a website, um, be personable. I actually used to be really nervous to tell people, hey, I model, because people just looked at me like, oh, you must just be one of those Instagram models. Like, okay, all right. But like, you have to present yourself in a professional way and professional manner for them to actually realize that you are legit. So,
exactly.
um, it's just about all like the presentation, and so having business cards and the website and all that.
Okay. And I would suggest, because I used to have to teach modeling courses when I was in college. Yeah, I got put in a lot of things that I wasn't ready to do.
Hmm.
The best thing about networking, honestly, is listening. Because if you are going to an event, honestly, you don't really have to say a lot because people want to explain themselves to you. And
Yes.
then you just follow up with exactly what they're saying and find the common ground. And then that way you just form the connection with that person. That's
Hmm.
literally like one of the best things about networking is listening. Listening is very, very, very important. Other than that, all the examples that you said, and sometimes you just putting yourself out there. Like you need to put yourself out there in order for you to actually learn how to network or work the room or work the system. Like you need to know how to do it. Even if you go to an event and you don't say anything, that's just step one. So the next event you're going to, you might talk to one person. Okay, that's step two. Next event, now you use the dog, you the big dog. Now you're talking to everybody because you're not scared anymore. So it's
Yep.
just like a process.
Definitely. I used to be so shy. Like when I was in school, I was like the one that hated doing presentations. I was shaking. I couldn't talk. And now it's like after putting myself out there so many times, it just comes easy. It's like secondhand like nature, you know? So you just have to like kind of get rid of that fear, and
Yep.
everything will come to you.
One last question, and then everybody wants you to post all your links on here. And if you guys have any more questions for her, you can definitely just follow her on her Instagram, YouTube page. She has a lot of pages. Just DM her. She's always available to talk. But this is the last question. What photographer do you want to shoot with the most and why? If you have to pick like any photographer, if you have a specific photographer.
I don't really have a specific photographer, but I mean, I guess I do because I'll name one right now. His name is Meech, and he lives in LA, but he's actually originally from Wisconsin. But he has grown so much. I think he's been there for 3 years now. Um, but he's grown so much. He's shot Drea multiple times, like just all these like big names and stuff. So
But
I would love to network with him and have him take my photos. So that would be really cool.
well, thank you, Bree. Thank you for coming on to the second segment of Wine Talk.
I
I
mean,
love having
I
you.
don't mind. I noticed that there's a couple more questions. I don't mind answering those, but if you need to go,
Oh, yeah.
I can go.
No, no. If you want to answer, uh, how do you grow over the fear and shyness?
Just doing it. Like after you do it once, you kind of realize how easy it is to just get over it. You just have to keep telling yourself. Like I'm the type of person that hates going out, and I'm not really a big fan of crowds and stuff, but and like somebody invites me somewhere and I'm like dreading going out, but then I go out and something happens where it benefits me. So it's just now every
Right.
time it's like, okay, if I don't go, you have to like weigh out the pros and cons. So
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Does anybody have any more questions, or did I miss a question? Let's see. Do you see any, Bree?
There's any career you had to do artistic wise is always, oh, that's not a question. Sorry.
How do you grow over the fear? And
I think
honestly, I do want to piggyback off of that question, the one you just answered. How do you grow over the fear and shyness? Honestly, it's the only thing about fear is in your head. You know what I mean? Like fear is in your head. Fear is the thing that's talking to you, telling you that you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. People are going to look at you wrong. People are going to judge you. That's what fear is. If you can actually silence that noise, you can actually put yourself out there. And also, you don't have to be the most outspoken person in the room. You just have to be the person that attracts the people that's supposed to be with you. Exactly. You don't need to be in everybody's crowd. You're supposed to attract the people that's supposed to be with you, and everything else will fall into place for you. But in order to silence that fear, sometimes you have to talk to yourself in the mirror just to build confidence in yourself, so that way you can actually silence that other noise and which is going on in your head. We all go through it. I go through it sometimes. I'm pretty sure Bree go through it sometimes.
But sometimes I still go through it.
You just gotta be brave.
Honestly, like even doing this, like getting on here, I was like, I kind of had little butterflies in my stomach. I was like, oh, but like, I mean, it's natural. Everybody has it. You can't really help it.
Have you ever been criticized like on ANTM?
America's Next Top Model.
I'm not sure what that is.
America's Next Top Model.
Oh, yeah.
I got you. But
I knew that.
No, not to my face at least. Not that I can think of right off the bat. Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, I've had criticism, but it's like corrective criticism. Like, hey, you should do this better, like move your hand this way or that, just certain things, but not harsh. That makes me cry.
So what do you think is like your best features, Brie? What do you think is your best feature about you?
My hair. That's what I have to say, because that's like my brand. I would, definitely my hair, because every time I get like my hair done, like braids or something, I get booked for a shoot and they're like, hey, can you wear your hair in a fro? And I'm like, gotta take all this down. So I just keep my hair out in a fro because that's what everybody wants. And especially right now, that's the market that's in, and that's the look that everybody's going for. So, yeah.
So I can't wait to see your hair on like the hair box of hair care.
Right? I actually did a shoot for a sexy hair care last June. I think it was June. I've never seen any pictures. I know they got they're somewhere. I just don't know where they are. I haven't seen any.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, if I see it in the store, I'll let you know. I'll send you.
Hey, Bree, I see you.
Does anybody have any other questions for Bree? Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll.
I just have to say one thing is I feel like we're matching, and this was not intentional.
I mean, we got a little vacation look going on. Like, what's your favorite show to binge? Oh, don't get me started about that. But I'll let you answer, Brie.
I can't say Ozark because I didn't binge watch that. I watched them by season. But Ozark is like my favorite show. I feel like it's all like the drug shows. It's not good. But, like I love Power and Snowfall and Godfather and Queen of the South. Yeah.
Ooh, that's my show. That's my show right there.
I actually just started watching Good Girls, the second season.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Oh, and incorporate Outer Banks on there. Really good show. Along with Ozark. So good.
Okay. I was debating on watching it.
That's so good.
Okay.
Oh, Hollywood. So for anybody that's like inspired actor or model, definitely should watch the show Hollywood on Netflix. It shows you like some things that goes on and what people actually do to try to make it. Not everybody, but a lot of things in the entertainment
I watched
industry.
The previews and I was like, ooh, it's getting deep.
It's definitely wrong. Oh, she answered. Oh, what she puts in her hair, berries and juices, just like on Coming to America. That's what she. Yeah, there's definitely some good shows. Those should take you by time. All the shows we named, they should take you to the end of this pandemic. So you should be good, especially with
Definitely.
that. Any
Okay.
other questions you got? Well, thank you, Bree. Oh, Bree, if you would like to type in all of your handles at the bottom so people can see, and also send them to me as well so I can post it so that way the people that's following me can actually follow your pages as well. And so that way she has like 20 channels, so she has to write them all down.
I just don't know how to do my YouTube. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, you
I
probably
mean,
have
I'll
to
put
just
it.
send the link.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can put it in my bio. I did an influencer thing, so that is there right now, but it should be down in a couple days. But I'll send you
Perfect.
my YouTube link and then yeah.
Perfect.
I just
So
know
follow
that
her page.
my YouTube is just Bree Payne, BriiPayne. I'm not sure if you'll be able to
Mhm.
find it like that because I know there's a bunch of
All
Brees,
right.
but I will send you the link and yeah, you can subscribe and watch my
Perfect.
channel.
And then tag me so I can reshare it
What was that?
for sure. I said tag me so I can reshare it
Oh yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Bree, for coming on Wine Segment second episode.
Thank you.
Love having you. You got to finish that, by the way. Don't throw it away. It's bad
Yes.
for you.
It'll be gone in a couple months.
I agree.
All right.
I'll talk to you
Bye.
soon. Thank you. See you guys later.